it might have been Robert Randolph or somebody. He came out and said something crazy.
Okay.
And I basically was like, yo, why does this guy feel okay to like basically berate fans?
Robert Randolph.
Yeah.
Okay. Not me.
Not you.
Okay.
So
Robert,
basically,
do we even know if that's really Robert Randolph? By the way, do we?
I hate to even talk about it. But
anyway,
I commented. I seen like you made a post about it, so I commented
about Robert Randolph.
It was just like in general. I was like, yo, what was it? No, it wasn't Robert Randolph. Okay, so you had said something, and I took it as if like you was kind of like berating the fans a little bit. It wasn't Robert Randolph. He had something to do with it.
I mean, I've gotten that before. I don't think I've ever meant it. I think like it depends on what the topic was. Like I don't know what I said.
It could have. Oh, okay, all right. I called out the front office.
Okay.
I called out the front office, and I commented something under a tweet that you had. It wasn't disrespectful. It was. I just was asking like, yo, why do you feel like you can, like berate fans for calling out the front office? And that I feel like I used the wrong words because I felt like you was just giving a different perspective.
Yeah, because my perspective is probably also like, of course the goal is the championship. Of course the goal is to win every game. But like you have to sometimes think of where we've been. Like not last year wasn't perfect. This year's not perfect. But goddamn, we've been through like 17-win season. So sometimes I'm like, Leon Rose might not be perfect. Thibs may not be perfect. Nobody's perfect. And to think of where we are now to where we've been in past years, whether it was with Scott Layden or Isaiah Thomas or Phil Jackson, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. So sometimes I'm just as mad as y'all when we lose a game, for example. Sometimes I'm like, the sky's not falling.
Right.
I think that's what it was. And I kind of missed that a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I got to be honest with you. I got a little triggered because, like, you had tweeted something and you was like, oh, these guys are negative. And I was like, yo, you think I'm negative? I'm new. I don't even know these factions. So I just was like, damn. Yeah. So I had reached out to Phil. I'm like, yo, Phil, you were going on Morning Brew Crew. So I was like, yo, Phil.
So it was last year. Or was it this year?
It was this year.
I was supposed to go on.
Like, okay. So long story short, I reached out to Phil. I was like, yo, Phil, can you just like clarify for me? And he asked you on his show. And you answered the question, and I got a better understanding.
It was last spring or summertime. It was. I remember that. It was when I went out with the guy from Texas too.
Yeah, and I had got it. And when he asked
you, who looked like Lloyd Christmas.
you gave a better explanation of what you meant, and I appreciated that. I was like, you know what? All right, I might have pegged this guy wrong. Yeah. I had to do a little bit of research because like I was new to Knicks Twitter, so I'm like, all right, Anthony MSG, and then I looked. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember this guy, and then I was like, oh,
you gotta do your homework.
And I had people hit me up telling me that, like, yo, that's he's a vet in this kid. Like, I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, man. I see what's going on. So I respected it. I'm like, it is what it is.
So let's get right into it, man. The current Knicks, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jay. I got a video. It's a secret video on my Instagram. I got a secret
video.
Yeah.
Am I in it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's me. No. I'm gonna tell you. When we first hired Tom Thibodeau, I was on my balcony screaming.
You liked it?
I loved it.
Loved it. Okay.
Loved it. Because in 2019, we needed that culture shift.
We did. Absolutely. That's why Tim was perfect. That's why I love it too.
So, can you tell me about the 90s Knicks culture? And then when you look at the team right now, the way it was built and structured since 2019, knowing that we had to draft RJ Barrett 17 years, knowing we had to trade RJ Barrett. Knowing we had to trade quickly, knowing we had to trade Obi Toppin, knowing we had to trade Quentin Brown, knowing we had to trade the kids, but the culture is so right.
Yes.
What do you say?
And of course, it's a different type of basketball in the 90s, but yes, culture is very important. One thing I've complained about a lot the last 20 years is, besides the Knicks being bad, is that we've had no stability. You get a GM here for 2 years, a coach here for 2 years. It's like a revolving door. So now what Leon Rose has done, besides make good basketball moves, that he's provided stability, a culture. Leon Rose, West, Walt, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And now Thibs. And Thibs has brought in a winning culture. And he's got these guys as dogs. And Jalen Brunson loves Thibs. Julius Randle loves Thibs. And when the two best players love the coach, they might not always agree with everything he says. They might not go hang out with him, but it trickles down. It trickles down to the whole team.
Yeah.
And that's building a culture right there.
Mm-hmm. So in 2019, this is a tough 5 years for me. We won 17 games. We got RJ Barrett.
Terrible year.
We get Julius Randle.
Yeah, we're supposed to get Kevin Durant.
We're supposed to get what you think happened with that? What back in 2019?
What do I think happened?
What was it?
It was Kyrie, man.
Was it Kyrie or
what I think? I don't know if it's true or not. In my opinion, I think Kevin Durant was going to come to the Knicks until he got hurt. And then when he got hurt, he didn't want the pressure. That's my opinion, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And every major media outlet had Kevin Durant coming to the Knicks. There was something to that. So I truly believe, I don't know officially, I truly believe that if Kevin Durant did not get hurt in Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Toronto,
I agree
that he would have been a New York.
So, you was gonna say something?
Here's why I say Kyrie is to blame for that,
and Kyrie too. Kyrie is
because of the Kevin Durant injury. This is what I hear. You know, a lot of the rumors was that the dynamic shifted from KD choosing the landing spot when he got injured, and then Kyrie was incentivized to go to the Brooklyn Nets for other reasons at the time. So it made more sense because Kevin Durant was out the whole first year as a Net, and they signed him to a big contract. So that's why I kind of feel like Kyrie really didn't want that. He really didn't want to be in the bright lights of New York City. That's my opinion.
I think there's validity to what we both said, and I truly believe that if Kevin Durant did not get hurt, he would have been.
So with that said, big dog Juju, Julius Randle,
he had a tough year his first year.
Signs with the New York Knicks.
Yeah, we brought in like 6 new guys that year. Julius,
Bobby.
Called us the New York Power Forward.
Bobby Portis, and Wayne Ellington, and Todd Gibson.
Did you like Bobby? I hated Bobby Portis.
As a Knick, he wasn't that good, but he's turned out to be a good player.
He absolutely has turned out to be a great NBA champion. I hated him as a Knick.
Yeah, he wasn't a great. He did have that game versus the Bulls, but other than that, yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. I remember that game.
The Bobby Portis.
He was talking to the crowd. I remember that game. So I was just bugged out. Oh yes.